So tiramisu is one of those certain meals that everyone really enjoys, and I really enjoy it. But I find it gets a little boring. And I have, of course, taken my liberties with it and made a very, very boozy tiramisu. And I'm going to show you guys. Just for warning though, it's not kids. Do not give this to anybody young. It is very alcoholic. And I'm pretty sure one slice of it can get you a little bit tiddled. So take that forewarning and just stick it in your brain. But let's go. So you're going to need, and I believe they're called lady's fingers, but I'm not sure what the actual Italian proper name is, 28 to 30 of these biscuits, 3 cups of the cream cheese, 3 cups of heavy cream, 6 tablespoons of white sugar, a half a cup of strong coffee, 1 cup of coffee rum, 3 tablespoons of frangelico, and 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Now I like the frangelico because it adds a bit of a hazelnut undertone. If you do not like a hazelnut undertone, I suggest anything else. Even a Bailey's would be nicer, but it just adds a nice little level to it. My serving dish that I am actually using is 23.4 centimeters by 18.8 centimeters by 6.8 centimeters. It makes about 2.6 liters or 11 cups of anything you put in this. I'm giving that up because this is a bit bigger than what this recipe needs, and so in turn I might be able to use another packet of these potentially. Just depends. So I've let this cool down a fair bit, but this is the half a cup of coffee and 1 cup of the whiskey. And I'm going to put it in here because it'll just make it a little bit easier to access when we dunk those in. But also, if you really want, you can, a little bit more. Now, if you are lactose intolerant or even gluten intolerant, I'm so sorry. It's going to be very hard to accommodate those. There may be a cheese or a cream that does the same things, but I'm not quite sure at this current moment. The biscuits you can find gluten-free, but that doesn't really help. Let's go whip up the cream cheese. Now, this is where you'll be adding the coffee liqueur if you have coffee liqueur, but I'm adding the frangelico liqueur. I'm also adding the sugar, sweeten it up, and then I'll put it aside and start on the cream. If you can't tell, I have left my actual mixer at home, so this will do. This is also borrowed of someone else. So we're going to mix this all through so all the liquids and sugar are broken down, but you don't want to overdo it. I find when doing something like this, you should always get a spatula and push it down to the sides. Unlike a mixer, it's a little bit harder to get it when you have the hand mixers. It should be nice and creamed like this, but if you taste this now and you feel like it is not boozy enough to your likings, add a little bit more. I'm not going to judge you. No one's going to judge you. Just add a little bit more. I've now got the cream. You do not add anything at this point until it is at least soft peaks, just because it helps it, get fluffy by this point. Then when you get to that point, you then add stuff in. Now at this point, you want to add in the sugar and a little bit of the alcohol, because of course, everything's got to be boozy. So I'm going to put a bit more of the coffee rum into this, but only a little bit because it will make it a little bit runny. Treat it like it is, maybe a little more. Treat it like it's vanilla essence. 2, 3. If I go any further than this, I will start making butter, and we do not want that. I mean, boozy butter doesn't sound too bad, and I might try that in a further video, but we'll find out. So if people are liking these boozy recipes, please comment down below and I'll make some more and share some more for you guys. I'm now going to gently fold in the cream cheese into the cream. You do not want to mix that too much because then you'll end up losing a bit of the aeration out of that. And then you'll have even boozier cream. I'm looking at this and going, I'm lactose intolerant. I'll still eat this. This will still be a pain later. So I'm going to go a little bit at a time and mix this in. This is also why you make the cream cheese smooth, so it mixes a little easier. And it should be really boozy by this point and nice and flavorful. I'll come down here with you. I really want to go to Italy to try this actual properly because I feel like I've never actually had a proper tiramisu, just the Australian bastardized or my alcoholic version. So one day I'll hopefully be in Italy and be able to rate it properly and not offend anyone. I feel like all my recipes eventually offend everyone. Why not? So I just had Brie walk into the room. I'm going to get her to try the creamy alcoholic mix. That sounds seedy, but here we go.
My God, yeah.
Perfection.
More.
More?
Yep. My height.
To put the tiramisu together, you're going to dunk the biscuit in the liquid for 2 seconds on each side. Wait till it's a little bit soft, then put it in. We're going to repeat this. Ooh, it smells alcoholic. Ooh, boy. Now at this point, you're going to put the cream on top of the ladyfingers that have been soaked and make them about the same like thickness as the ladyfingers below. You want each layer to be roughly about the same thickness, just so it's an even mouthful each time. So you don't end up with too much of one, not enough of the other. I mean, they all taste delicious separated, but even better when they're a mouthful of all. It's just mushy and goodness and fun, deliciousness. So once you've done all the layers you possibly can do in your container, you're going to have to get yourself a sieve, which is a little secret like I've been told, and I thought this was genius when I got told it, and put the chocolate powder inside it and dust it on top of it so it's a nice even spread on top and it's not just chunky bits all over the place, and then you end up with a bit of sad dust in your mouth. I mean, it's tasty sad dust, but it's dust. And just do that until it's all covered. So that's done and dusted. If you're going to eat this in one sitting, you're going to be drunk and probably eat about a couple thousand calories. Just for a warning. Reminder, don't feed this to your kids. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and goodbye.